Okay, here we go. It's time for some more Hogwarts Legacy. Hope you all are doing well. Remember to subscribe, hit that like button, enable notifications, and leave me a comment. So this is some more of the friendship quests, and going to start off with Natty's and take it from there. Two of them are just talking ones. Nice full wall. Oh, and the banners are off already, down already. That didn't last very long. If you saw the
I have been meaning to speak with you.
video where I was Professor Black, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
She should be proud of you.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
So I understand, like, most of us would feel that it's our fault. I think that's something that we do. But even if she could have protected herself, that's how a father acts. Like, well, a loving father, he would have, like, shielded her anyways, even if she could have protected herself. He's not just going to stand there and like, okay, protect yourself. So I really think she shouldn't blame herself. That's just my 2 cents. World map. And then Sebastian's. So there. Back to Feldcroft. Well, it doesn't seem too bad to wish for where. Okay, let's go.
Sebastian, a lost relic from a catacomb which requires a dark sacrifice.
I know how it sounds, but if this can help you, it's worth the risk.
Does Ominous know about this?
He helped find the scriptorium where we discovered Slytherin's spellbook.
Very well. If Ominous will be there, I'll meet you. We don't have much time. Solomon wants to leave Feldcroft.
What? Leave? Never mind. You need to stall him. Buy us time, Anne. Please.
I shall do my best. I'll be in touch.
Solomon can't take Anne from Feldcroft. Where would they go? When would I see her?
Sebastian.
I can't believe my uncle wants to leave Feldcroft. Anne's going to stall him. She must. We need time.
Time? For what?
I've learned more about the relic. I cross-referenced Slytherin's spellbook with everything in the library on relics and dark sacrifices. That's when I realized something. I believe the relic will only work inside the catacomb.
So we have to get Anne to the catacomb and then conduct a sacrifice? Seems risky.
It'll be worth the risk. Our biggest hurdle may be convincing Ominous. And we'll only give this a chance if he's on board.
And we have to keep all of this from your uncle. If he goes to the headmaster, well, he could be expelled.
Let me handle Ominous this time. As for my uncle, he's not an Auror anymore. What he doesn't know, well, won't hurt us.
This is almost like Hermione. It's like they're talking about dark magic and sacrifices and stuff, and the worst thing we're worried about is getting expelled.
Do you think your uncle would tell anyone at the ministry about all of this if he found out?
If he found out, I doubt he'd go to the ministry. He didn't part ways with them well, from what I understand. He won't say, but I believe his strong aversion to dark magic has something to do with his time there. Anne thinks he once decided to fight fire with fire, so to speak, and resorted to using an unforgivable curse in a fight against dark wizards. At least that's what she thought she heard. When he realized what his job had led him to become, he left rather abruptly. So, I'm not sure he'd go to the ministry to report on his own family using dark magic now.
Good luck with Ominous. Until we meet again.
I shall let you know when the four of us should meet at the catacomb. Look for my owl. See you soon.
Okay, and then the next one is right over here. Okay, so this is, if you have seen the last one, it's after you talk to the centaurs and like the Moonstone and stuff, so it's the continuation of that. see. Get over there.
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
You made it.
I take it this means you had some luck at the library?
It took a few hours and some eye-watering maps, but I think this might be the cave Doran told us about.
Impressive. Especially with how little information he gave us.
Well, I'm still not sure this is the cave, but it did seem the most promising. I stumbled across some folklore about a cave in the area that people avoid. Seemed the perfect place to hide something of value. It's a bit of a leap, I confess, but might a mysterious item such as a special moonstone be hidden in an equally mysterious cave? I think I'm desperate for anything at this point.
Did you discover why people avoid this cave?
Ridiculous, really. Rumor was that the cave drove people mad. I couldn't find any account by someone who had been in the cave, though. So either it is a rumor, or anyone who went in wasn't in any state to speak of it afterwards.
Well, we're here. We might as well have a look.
Agreed. I wonder if you'd go blind from staring directly at a moonstone.
Revelio.
Looks pretty. Okay, let's get in there. Also, how bad does a map have to be to make your eyes water?
Revelio. You don't think the rumors about the cave are true, do you?
I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
Accio. Revelio.
This is also one of those confusing ones. I wish they actually
Bombada.
showed more in what direction you have to go.
Revelio.
Okay, so just some gold and some mushroom things. I admit this game, the scenery and the stages look amazing, the detail and stuff.
Revelio.
That's a brilliant idea. It's another aggressive one!
Okay, I just got the dueling feat. That charming cabbage wants to get through that door.
Revelio.
So when they lift their tongue, when they shoot their tongue at you, if you use Leviosis, you can actually pick them up by the tongue, and then you do a lot of damage to them, especially with the cutting spell.
Incendio.
Oh, and a butterfly. Where's that?
Revelio.
Okay, I think I'm still on my way to it. Okay, for some reason, once you've like blowed it over, the stones take a while to disappear, but you can like push them over like they're like made of polyfiller or something.
Revelio.
Okay, let's get the butterfly.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Depulso. Arresto momentum. Revelio.
A nice big chest. Oh, some face wear. And I think that's it. I'll be honest, it freaks me out if you like just running and all of a sudden the stuff just start lighting up by themselves.
That's it. Lightfooted's the word. Voipers!
I beg your pardon?
This must be how the rumor about the cave started. The Whooper's song is said to drive anyone who hears it mad.
Well then I hope I don't hear it. It must be horrible. Almost up to 20 health potions again. Well, that chest is gonna bother me all the time. But I think it's on a different level.
If the Moonstone is here and so are Whoopers, I wonder if it's being protected.
Hopefully not by spiders.
Revelio. Accio.
There we go.
Revelio.
Otherwise you just have to look around a little bit to get it.
Why am I not surprised? First the Whoopers and now this.
Okay, we need that one and that one.
We need to find moths for those spinners.
Okay, apparently I made open the wrong one. Okay, that one and that one. Okay, so there's one moth you need. And that one is that. And that. Okay, there's another moth. Ooh, lot of gold.
Revelio.
And then the last one is and that one.
Perhaps the runes on the walls have something to do with finding the moths.
What do you think I've been doing? Okay, so grab a moth.
Lumos.
Lumos!
Funny thing is that your NPC companion throws the same spell as you do. Unfortunately, she can't like take them off or something.
Lumos.
Okay, so these ones, you spin them until it open these doors. So you spin them until they hit the side and then they lock. You don't have to freeze them in place. See, they. And there we go.
Revelio.
Another obstacle. No matter. I'm sure we can work out a way across.
Wrong one, wrong one. And there's not even anything inside it. Well, this one has something. Okay, so as you see, you need 2 moths. But before we do that, something interesting. That whirlwind over there. So jump in the water. We want to see there's something over here. Cool waterfall. And yeah, you can swim around. But then over here, you can dive.
Revelio.
And there's that one of the chests that's been bothering me. So I think, well, let's see if it is the way out or not. No, it's not. It's just okay, I'll see if I can show you with these.
What I wouldn't give to be a Demiguise right now.
Nope, 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 nope. Daniel. Let's see if we can. I see, now you've got the levitated by its tongue thing. But there's another thing. I want to see if it. That's the tongue. Oh, she killed it. Just. But anyways, it's one of the feats, but it's something that you can do. Is they've also got like a charge they do that's a red one that you actually have to roll out of the way. Now, once you've rolled, if you use, well, they say basically any purple skill, but I found the flip one works the best. As soon as you roll out of the way and you target it and you use one of the purple skills, you can actually flip it onto its back.
Revelio.
The NPCs are getting too powerful. They're killing them off before I can show you. And they can actually swim as well.
Revelio.
And all this for chests. And it's all actually for the room of requirements. So if you're not really into that, then yep.
Revelio.
Come on. Just wanted to make sure that's not a place that you can swim into. And also, there's like one of the big chests.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
That chest is still there. Oh, I think it's in there. Okay. Unfortunately, you can't bring the butterfly from over there because as soon as you climb that thing, you lose the light thing, and then you have to. Well, you can't because every time you do, he flies back.
Lumos.
You can't use Lumos in time again to catch him again. Okay, and this one as well. Yeah, so let's see if this one actually stops if you bring it up all the way. Yeah, see, when the wings go down, I think it locks in place. So then you use this one. Then you can actually do it from over there. See, this one is one of those that you actually need to
Arresto momentum.
Okay, and then you
Lumos.
use this butterfly,
It's beautiful.
and then you can just gather the other two as well. There we go. Follow the light. Moth to the flame. And then since this is locked, you can just get it and run over it. That looks pretty cool, that
You did
blue
it.
circle.
Revelio.
One foot in front of the next and quiet as can be.
And there's the one that's been bothering me the whole flippin' mission. Request. Where are you throwing?
I was hoping you wouldn't have to do it.
Bombarda. Levioso.
Oh, with them you can't use Levioso until they do their tongues like that.
Descendo.
See, that's the...
Depulso.
Oh, I targeted the wrong one.
Bombarda.
They are pretty hard, these. Here's a good example of how good these plants are if you want to use them.
Revelio.
Look, where the water's bubbling. How odd.
Should we take a closer look?
You read my mind.
Okay, sorry, she was just talking about that world maelstrom. I think that's what it's called. I'm trying to keep these videos like 30 minutes or less.
Merlin, it's even more beautiful close up. It's got to be here, I just know it.
That does look pretty. Like I say, this scenery
Revelio.
looks amazing. If you want, you can swim back here, and there's like some ingredients for health potions. Like, I don't want to just show you videos where they just talk, because they're like 5 minutes long or something. I don't know if that's something that you just want to see. Oh yeah, thank goodness you don't have to
Given what
burn them.
Reapers are known to do, I never thought I'd be so happy to see this many of them.
I don't know. I've been listening to them for a while now, and I'm starting to lose my mind.
Very funny. I was just thinking how it's proof that poachers haven't been here, assuming this is where the Moonstone is. Which means we're one step ahead of them.
I think it might be
Revelio.
because my music's off that you can't hear it. Because like I says, they're not making a big noise that I can hear. Glad you don't have to burn these things, and you can just blow them open.
Revelio.
Okay, so yeah, you just make your way around this way.
We found it! It's like staring directly at the moon.
That looks like a giant pearl.
Well, we found what we came for. Now we just need to bring it to the henge.
Well done, Poppy. This did end up being the right cave after all.
A good thing, too. We need every advantage over the poachers if we're to get to the Snidgets first. We should do as Doran suggested and bring the Moonstone to the henge.
Okay, I'm ready to leave. I think I got everything.
Shall we?
We shall. If we leave now, we should make it there by nightfall. That's the henge, precisely where Doran said it would be. But now that we're here, I'm not entirely sure how to feel. We knew we were at the cave for the Moonstone, but Doran didn't tell us what to expect when we placed the stone in the henge.
I doubt it's dangerous.
I don't think Doran would knowingly send us into danger.
You're right. I suppose I'm worrying over nothing. Let's make our way down. We're nearly at the end of this. I think that's it over there.
Okay, the best is here to like follow the pages.
How's your
You
Gran
can.
doing, by the way?
Nothing keeps Gran down. She set up a caterwauling charm and threatened to make a coat out of the next poacher that set foot on her doorstep. I still feel terrible that I'm the reason they went there.
Surely she'll be pleased you've gone after the Snidgets.
I hope so. Gran understands how important it is to protect those who need it.
I do like when they teleport you where you need to go instead of you have to like get through the map and stuff. Come on, climb. Okay. How about here?
we can safely say we know where the Moonstone goes.
Whoa!
Oh. That was a mooncalf dance. Do you know how rare it is to see even one? They only ever happen under a full moon. Though I suppose the Moonstone allowed it to happen now.
Is the pattern they left behind on the ground normal?
All part of the dance. No one pattern is ever the same, though. We'll need to draw this one to get a better sense of it. Can't wait to tell Gran that I've managed to see not one, but 2 mooncalf dances. She'll be jealous.
You've seen this before?
It was pure luck the first time. I was on Highwing, or I'd never have spotted it. It was the night Well, the night I met Highwing, actually,
I'd love to hear about how you and Highwing met.
I'd actually like you to know. About 5 years ago, Highwing had been captured by poachers. At first, they planned to sell her, but soon decided they wanted to kill her instead. More money, I suppose. I'd finally had enough. I freed Highwing and we ran. We'd flown for ages when I spotted mooncalves dancing below and we landed to watch them. It felt like an omen. A good one. A sign that the worst was over.
What do you mean you'd had enough and the worst was over?
You see, the night I freed Highwing was also the night I ran away from home. A poacher camp. I come from a family of poachers.
Merlin? I don't know what to say, Poppy. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you.
I never fitted in, but the older I got, the more apparent it became. Gran tried for years to convince my parents to let me live with her. Suffice it to say, when I left with Highwing, I flew straight for her house.
How brave. I'm glad you escaped.
So am I. There were so many creatures I was unable to help when I was younger. Now that's all I want to do.
From everything I've seen, you're doing precisely that.
I've had a bit of help. I've never told anyone any of this, but I'm glad that you know. It's nice to have someone to talk about it with.
We were around so many poachers in the tent. Were you not worried about being recognized?
Poachers are nomadic, and most of the ones in the area aren't any I'd grown up with. That said, I suspect someone must have recognized me. That's how they got to Gran.
Do your parents know about the things you do now? Saving that dragon from the fighting ring, for instance.
We don't speak, or rather, they don't speak to me. Last I heard, they were in Borneo trying to make their fortunes there. Acromantulas. However, I wouldn't be surprised if word has got back to them. Some days a part of me hopes that it has. Now that I'm older, I wish I could talk to them, get them to see sense. But sadly, I suspect that wouldn't do any good.
By the way, if you saw the video where I brought the dragon egg back with her to the dragon, then you'll remember I actually found a note talking with poachers talking about Borneo and stuff, so I wondered if it's like her parents or something, or part of it that they knew they were parents or something.
What was it like growing up in a family of poachers?
The thing I remember most was how much we moved around, always chasing the next big kill. It was chaotic and dangerous, and nowhere a child should ever grow up.
Oh, and it was found on a body, the note, by the way, so that's why I'm curious about it.
I'm glad you told me.
We should get back to Doran. He'll need to see the symbol, and we've got poachers to beat. If you collect the Moonstone, I can make a quick drawing of the symbol for Doran.
Okay, you don't even have to wait, she's already finished.
Are you finished with the drawing?
Just barely. I think the pattern's a bird. At least that's what it looks like.
Didn't the journal say the key to finding the Snidget lies in the moonlight?
Of course. That's it. We need to show this to Doran. Not that I'd know where to find him at this hour. Perhaps we should head back to the castle and we can track him down after a good night's sleep.
Okay, I'm ready to leave.
Agreed. I'm ready to leave if you are.
And then we're back at the castle. See, and just this,
Would you
look at
please
this.
meet with me in the Great Hall? I have come upon a difficult time, and I need a friend.
Didn't we just talk in the Great Hall? But see, look at this. This scenery is just like breathtaking for me. Okay. Thank you all for watching, and hope you all are well. Like I say, I hope you had a great week and weekend whenever this is up. And yeah, be well. See you in the next video. Oh, sorry. The reason why I'm doing these separate is I feel they are part of the story, but I wanted to do the main story, and if I added these in with the main story, it would have been like I'm already on like over 30 videos for just the main story. So I want to show the like ending for you as well, and not take like a lot of videos to get there, or not too many. And like I say, I know a lot of people, other content creators have already finished it and stuff. So, but yeah, so I'm doing them separate. That I think they are part of the story, but doing the main story separate, and then the friendship quests and assignments. Okay, have a great day.